Hello and welcome to a stack of packs from the 1991 NHL Pro Set Hockey Card Series 1 in French. A lot of details there, but we're going to do well. We're going to talk through them. Here's our podium. The best card we find will go on there until there is one winner at the end. And we'll go through, we'll talk about players, talk about values, a little bit about the cards, and just have a good time. So let's open the first one and dive right in. All right, here we have Paul Coffey of the Pittsburgh Penguins. And some big ones that we're looking for are going to be the elusive 75th anniversary hologram card. And then obviously some of the big names like Wayne Gretzky and a Brett Hull award card. That's cool. Wayne Gretzky, Nicholas Lidstrom, and a few other players that were quite prominent and influential in the 1991 season. And these cards are pretty nice. They have stats in the back with photos. And I like the full color photo that runs across the front. A little bit of a gloss finish to it. Not really glossy, like their Platinum series of the same year, though, which could stick together at this point when you open them after decades. Though these have a pretty nice look and overall a good set. They feel good in the hand. They're fun to open up and yeah, pretty nice. So here we've got Doug Brown of the Devils, Brent Ashton of the Winnipeg Jets, and Ray Ferraro coming in for the Islanders. Let's open up this set here. I'm trying to find the right way to open these packs. Every year, every series has different materials, and some open real easy, some don't. So we'll kind of learn this as we go. Maybe John Cullen has the answer. Trevor Linden. Dave Snugard. And here we have the Ace Bailey. It's a cool grouping. Stéphane Lebeau. Dave Christian. Yui Krupp. Jeff Courtnall. Bill Ranford. Zarly Zalapsky. Wayne McBean. Wayne Gretzky. All right. That's a cool surprise. Fun to pull Wayne Gretzky. Not tremendous value, maybe around $30 or so in a PSA 10, but it's looking pretty good. And anytime you pull a Wayne Gretzky from a pack is going to be a fun day. So there we go. We got Wayne. Let's put him into a sleeve, and believe it or not, he is headed right to our podium, going to hold that position until something that is wilder comes along. Maybe the hologram. That may be the only thing that can unseat a Gretzky, but time will tell because we don't know what is ahead, and we will soon find out together. And Bruce Driver on the Devils. So very cool. Let's open this up here. That may be the way to open them. We'll see. Here we have Bill Ranford. Patrick Waugh. All right. His All-Star Game card. Brian Trottier. Brett Hull. Another Brett Hull. Very cool. This must be the conference cards because they're not on the ice, but they have the All-Star uniform. Dave Andreychuk. Darren Turcotte. Peter Nedved. Mark Messier. Very cool. Always great to see a Messier card. Steve Thomas. And Brett Hull. All right. Patrick Waugh, Brett Hull, Mark Messier. What a pack. That is a stacked pack. Imagine buying that back when this was released. That would be awesome. Adam Oates. Then imagine if you got 2 packs, the one before it, and you're pulling out the Gretzky, and then that crew. Forget about it. Unbelievable. Alexei Gusarov and Brendan Shanahan. All right, doing well, doing very well. Let's channel that mojo right into a hologram, please. Do a hologram check. I don't see anything that's too different, but who knows? Maybe one of these times. That's cool. And the trio there. Nice. Paul Coffey. All-Star. Brian Hayward. That's kind of cool. You rarely see the goalies stick like that up close. Ron Francis. Steve Smith. Brian Skredland. Craig Simpson. Mike Richter. Paul Ronheim. Peter Eng of the Maple Leafs. Bill Berg. Michael Pavanka. Craig Ludwig. And Al McInnes. On we go. What's in hold? Nobody knows. Except we'll know very soon. And first up is Kirk Muller, New Jersey Devils. Darren Shannon. Chris Chelios. Great card. Here's the trio of players. Pierre Turgeon. Benoit Hogue. Luc Robitaille. Wayne Presley. Dean Evison. Brian Leach. Owen Nolan. Paul Elinuk. Peter Svoboda. Ken Danico. And Mike Lawler. All right. It's cooling down a little bit after an early hot streak. Let's see what's coming through. And this is a good start right here. We have Brett Hull. And it looks like there's some additional text right down here. So that's interesting. It's almost a NHL Pro Set Player of the Year. Ah, that's an interesting logo there. So this must be a unique card to that subset or note, but very cool. Seeing some of those details in there. Here's an original game. And another early game. And Pittsburgh Penguins team card, it seems like. Mario Lemieux. There we go. Another fun one. Worth around $30 in a PSA 10. And so not too valuable and probably not a 10. So near worthless, but still cool to pull a Lemieux card out of the pack. And it's the same stack as we got a Gretzky. So that's a pretty stacked stack, if you will. When you got a Lemieux and a Gretzky and more to come. Let's see what is next. Jerke Lume. Jeremy Roenick. Darren Turcotte. Jamie McCown. Theon Fleury, Mike Ricci, and Daniel Marat, Mats Sundin, Mark Tenorti, Sean Burke, and Russ Courtnall. And we're cruising down. We are in the final stretch of just 3 packs to go. And let's see what is in store. Starting, I kind of saw the edges, so I don't think there's a hologram in this one. Pat Verbeek, Cam Neely, Ray Bork, the award winner, Tim Kerr. We have Mark Recchi, Dennis Savard, Johan Garpinov, Sylvain Cote, Dirk Graham, Gary Suter, Bob Cessna, Terry Carpenter, Steve Duchesne. Another Gary Suter card. That's 2 pretty close. And Brian Bellows from the Stars. Here we go. Cruising right along. Rob Zettler, Neil Wilkinson, Joe Malone. That's cool. And Doug Huda, Craig Cox, Dave Gagne, Dave Capano, Joel Otto, Craig Wolanin, Phil Bork, Vincent Damphus, Phil Housley, Paul Cavallini, Jean-Jacques Desjardins, there's a French name and a French card, Bob Kudelski, and a very likely not French name on a French card. All right, we are in the final pack of the stack. Let's see what we've got. Hopes are high. Let's see if we can meet those. Terry Sawchuk, Bill Barocco. All right. This one has some potential value, around $30, $40 in a PSA 10. So we'll save this up. The condition's looking pretty good. And we will save this one. All right. Vincent Damphus, Bob Sweeney, Howie Morenz, Steve Yzerman, that's a cool one, Bob Probert, Michael Goulet, Kevin Deneen, Ives Racine, Ron Tugnut, Gary Lehman, Rod Langway, Mike Ridley, and lastly, Rich Sutter. Very cool. Let's check out our team for the day. We have, first and foremost, none other than Wayne Gretzky. Great to see him. And then we have 2 others. The first is the Bill Barilko card here, obviously in the vintage look and style. And then none other than Mario Lemieux. Great to have him on the team. So overall, I think a very solid 3 cards from this stack and a good time along the way. So I hope you had fun and I hope you learned something. And there you have it. Until next time.